Now I will focus to the criteria to find fill-ups. So I have shortlisted few steps or a process through which you can guess or you can mark the correct answer. Okay. So first of all, you have to read the question, then translate to know the demand. This is very necessary to transfer. This is quite important to translate, because without translation it would be difficult to understand. What students do, they just read the question and jump to the passage without understanding it. If you, like for example, if you are going to a room and you don't know what to find, then how you will find it? If you will not keep that thing in your mind, then it would be difficult to find. Obviously it would be, I think, impossible to find if you would not keep that thing in your mind. So for keeping the question in your mind, it is important to translate. After that, find keywords. What are the keywords? Keywords are that word that do not change. For example, ears, scientist, some special names of a species of a bird or an animal, or it could be anything that would not change, like scientist name, country's name. So find those keywords. Then scan the paragraph. There is no need to read the whole passage. No, just scan. Keep that keywords in your mind. Just scan. If the keywords would be there in your mind, then only your eyes will find it. You know the story of Arjuna? He focused on one thing. That is why he was able to hit it. So it is important to keep the keywords in your mind and then scan the paragraph. Once you find that keyword, then read at least 4 lines near location. This is the part where usually students do mistake. What they do? They'll find the location, they will read only 1 line. But sometimes in next line, there would be something like however, but, where they are changing the thing, or where they are talking about that thing but in a different manner. So it is important to read at least 4 lines near location. Afterwards, reconfirm from question that I'm finding the right thing or not. Reconfirm. Confirmation is important here. Then write your answer in capital form. Don't write your answer on the question booklet. Otherwise, in the end, in hustle, you will write the wrong answer, wrong spelling, and then when your result come, you will get shocked that how this is possible. The reading was easy, but you forgot that you didn't focus on transferring the answer. You transferred the answer in hurry. So there are the chances when we do mistakes. So always write your answer directly on the answer sheet in capital letter by putting the sheet in front of your eyes. No matter you are good in spellings or no, just have the sheet in front of your eyes and write the spellings from there only. Let's focus to MCQs. So in MCQs, there are few strategies which you need to focus or need to use. So let's talk about that. So in MCQs, in multiple choice question, what is there? Usually you have a statement and then you have 2 to 3 options, 3 options most of the time. So what you need to do? You just need to read the question first. Then find the location. Read and go to location. Okay. Then read again at least 4 lines. After reading the 4 lines, then you can find your answer. But remember one thing, do not read the option first. What we usually do, we read the question and then we read the heading. So when we read the heading, there is a tendency that we'll keep one option in the mind. So whenever we are going to read that 4 lines, we always try to relate that option with these lines. So that is why don't read the option first. No. First read the question, then go to location, then read the 4 lines, then match with it. After that, when you have read, you have an idea that okay, this is the part or this is the information they have talked about, then what you need to do, you need to hit and eliminate. What is hit and eliminate? You will read that option, you will see that either it would be the same or it would be contradictory. For example, let's say it is contradictory. Contradictory is opposite. For example, it is contradictory. So then we fit it, but it was contradictory, so it would be a no. In next situation, sometime there is no information given about that particular option. So that time it would be a not given. Then again it is eliminate. We try to hit it, we try to keep it here, we try to match it here, but it was not mentioned there. So in the end we would have C option, and you would definitely get the information about it, even the accurate information. So this is the hit and eliminate method or hit and trial method. So you have to eliminate the thing. Even in listening, this is the thing we do in MCQs. For MCQs, there is only one method, that is hit and eliminate. So this was all about the priorities and the strategies in reading. You must be wondering that why she haven't talked about the true, false and yes, no, not given. I would say that is a quite important topic, and it has lots of things to discuss. That is why I would prefer to make a different video about true, false and not given, and even for yes, no, not given. So in my next video I'm going to discuss about it, but before that, don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel, and also you can follow me on my Instagram site. If you have any confusion, you can DM me, and even for online classes you can contact me because my number is there in my bio.